Dinesh Shahra, so we'll be just waiting for him. Sir, please come. Please give him a big hand. Dinesh Shahra from Ruchi Group. I don't think I have to introduce any details regarding him. Everybody knows him.
Regional Director, USSCC, Shri Dinesh Shahra ji, very distinguished participants of today's and tomorrow's seminar here. A very hearty welcome to all of you. You know, it is introducing a person like Shri Dinesh Shahra ji to the Soya fraternity. I think it is as difficult as introducing Mahatma Gandhi to Indians. He has such a unique position in the industry. Everybody knows him, and he hardly needs any introduction. Nevertheless, I deem it a great privilege and pleasure to briefly introduce Shri Dinesh Shahra to this august audience. Shri Dinesh Shahra is the founder and managing director of Ruchi Soya Industries Limited, India's largest manufacturers of and marketers of edible oil and soya foods, and so many other areas which we are now diversifying into. With the vision and commitment of Shri Shahra, within a span of 25 years, Ruchi Soya has grown from a 6 crore company to a 30,000 crore worth Indian biggest FMCG company. As a player from farm to fork, Ruchi Soya has secured oil palm plantations in India and other important parts of the world. Another important landmark under the leadership of Shri Dinesh Shahra that has happened in the recent times is the commissioning of a modern soya-based all-analog project in Ruchi complex, which is aimed at providing affordable nutrition to the poor people of this country. Shri Shahra was conferred with the Best CEO Award by the Business World magazine in 2010, and he was also conferred several recognitions and awards in areas of export performance, energy conservation, etc. Shri Shahra had his professional education in chemical engineering from Harcourt Butler Technological Institute, Kanpur, and he used this academic background to the best advantage of the company. His deep commitment is to give back to society reflects in the CSR activities of Ruchi Soya that focuses on education, health, and women empowerment. His vision often finds resonance in 3 simple words: let us succeed together. With this short introduction, I have great privilege and pleasure to welcome Shri Dinesh Shahra to this as a principal keynote speaker at this very important event. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and taking all the trouble to come out here in spite of your very busy schedules in Bombay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Krishna. I will request Dr. Pawan Kumar from USEC to hand over this bouquet to Mr. Dinesh ji. Sir, with our kind regards and for taking time and coming over to be with us. Please give him a big hand.
Dear Mr. Michael Davish, Ms. B.V. Mehta, Dr. Bhosle, and Mr. Dinesh Shahra, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to be here with you. I take this opportunity to convey my sincere thanks to now this US Soy Export Council, American Soybean Association, and now a new name, USEC. And of course, all the people who organize this program. As he just mentioned on the buyers and sellers meet, surely if you recall, it's a very good platform where the buyer would like to know the seller's view and seller would like to know what his buyer's thought process is. If you see in the last 10 years, there is a conference which takes place in Malaysia. It has grown phenomenal. So I think it's a great move and it's a great platform for people to interact, understand each other's problem and affect each other. I would like to share at the end of my speech, since you would like to, as we are India's largest soybean producer, why these prices have gone up and what is in store for next 4 to 5 months and how it looks the next year, so that you have some learning. I would just like to speak in 3 things. I would like to take you to the global scenario where the soya crop stands today and what is going to be the next year, because we have a very tough and a very tight supply of soybean wheat this year. Then I would like to share with you on this food security and nutritional security, where the country stands and what Ruchi is trying to do. And surely then I will conclude with the price and why this price is so volatile and what we should keep in mind. Soya, the bunda, being in 21st century, has occupied prominent space as the world's largest source of protein from plant for human consumption as well as animal consumption, and second largest source of vegetable oil. Out of 470 million tons of oilseed globally, soybean contributes 270 million tons. Its importance as feed has been ever increasing at a pace which is unlikely to get challenged in foreseeable future due to abundant availability of proteins in it. In India, soybean is the largest produced oilseed and top protein provider for the animal feed industry. India holds very important place in global oil and oilseed complex. The production of soybean has been increasing in India year by year. During 2012-2013, the estimate of soya production, as given by various organizations, is ranging from 10 million to 13 million tons. We'll debate what should be the numbers of, but Mr. Mehta has said about 11 million ton plus. But the way the farmers are bringing the crop makes doubt what the crop should be. World bean production in 2012-2013 appears to have reached a record level of 270 million tons, with a significant increase in South America, countries like Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay. Further, the world soya production during the next 13-14 is expected to be around 287 million tons. This increase in the production likely to reduce the demand-supply gap substantially. You see a market extremely inverse from the current level to the October-November levels. It is being stated that the big expansion in acreage in South America in 2013 was spurred by high prices and favorable weather conditions. This year, Brazil production in soya seed has surpassed USA, which used to occupy the first place in the production of soybean seeds. Soybean exports from Brazil and US have already started earlier than usual and will certainly exceed previous year. The harvesting in Argentina is also proceeding satisfactorily, and once Argentina farmers enter the market aggressively for selling their beans, it may soften the international market. China continues to play a major role in determining the prices level by way of changes in the volume of imports as well as government policies to release beans from the cocoa stocks. Overall, it appears that the world market soybeans are transiting from a period of shortage in one where the supply looks ample, causing a bifurcated market where the two nearby contracts for soybean oil have held in their trading range while the new crop contracts have sunk to new lows. With the above scenario, it appears the year 2013-2014 will be an interesting year for the Indian soya industry, which is likely to face intense competition from the other major supplying countries. The current soybean scenario in India has been impacted greatly by unexpected shortfall in arrival of soybeans, high volatility in the soybean oil prices, and high meal prices adversely affecting the competitiveness of Indian soybean meal, except in few markets. In the neighboring countries' market, India has proven advantages because of geographical proximity, while in some other country market, India takes advantage of some spatial bilateral trade agreements. This I am referring to Iran, which has a rupee credit due to supply of petroleum products. So they are able to pay us higher prices to us. India, a country of over 1 billion, is unique and is known for its history, culture, trade, and now recently for the growth and consumption. The country also has very degree of preferences and switch in consumption pattern for almost all consumable products that stand unparalleled to any country in the world. Consumer preference for different edible oils within this geography is one such example. If you travel from east or India, we have Kachi Ghani oil. If you travel to western part, we have soybean oil. If you travel to South India, we have sunflower oil. And Central India, of course, soybean oil. The country has been a phenomenal growth in the appetite of vegetable oil in last decade. Mr. Mehta has already taken us around. One of the prominent challenges faced by the industry relates to the proper estimation. I will just pick up now why these prices are cannot be predicted. So one of the prominent challenges faced by the industry relates to the proper crop estimation and capturing data for stocks, exports, crushing, consumption. Compared to the variation of 2.5% estimates of production in developed countries, the variation in India in these data can be as high as 15 to 20%. This leads to uncertainties in capacity utilization, formulation of procurement strategies, high costs resulting in the margins, and therefore to overcome this problem, there is an urgent need for development of proper crop forecasting methodology. I would say that over and above this estimation, one of the another factor which leads to us for the non-assessment of the crop this year particularly is due to the farmers also are now very intelligent and they have holding capacities, and once they see high prices, they don't want to be able to produce when the prices comes down. So there's another factor we as a buyer and seller have to keep in mind. The farmers are very strong. We have seen in other produce like guar. Traditionally for many years it was being traded for 20 rupees a kg, but when the demand in the market exploded, now they don't want to bring it to certain levels. So farmer also has very huge holding capacity that disturbs the supplies, and obviously it increases the price of produce. For the nutritional security for the country, Ruchi is playing one of the major role for the human consumption. We are the pioneers of marketing soya foods in India under brand name Nutrela, and this business has been growing almost 50 to 20% year by year. We are very substantial. We have over 50% market share in the food business of soya in the country. And recently, and I must tell you that if India adopts policy changes, we are trying to encourage, and we are going to use it also to promote that. Soya proteins which are feeding for feed can really, not to scare you, I must tell you that, don't get scared. It can be changed for food consumption. And we have introduced very recently dal analogs. As you are aware that India is a net importer of pulses in the country. And the regular dal which you get, we have formulated a product which will be a dal substitute, which resembles like dal. It will have a higher proteins and it will have almost 30-40% lower cost and 40% higher protein. And it will be, we already started trial test with the government. We will launch on the country also. So the dal analogs, the TB which you market, and the soya flour which can go to feeding and programs can really increase the soya protein for the food. And surely so industry should be, just keep it aware of it. There is a demand which can increase for the food business also. As Dr. Bhosle said, that the other proteins out of cotton, rapeseed, I think a lot of R&D needs to be done as a consumer, so that in the event of shortages of soybean meal, any soy proteins are very expensive with other meals in India. If R&D is being done at your level, so in the event of shortages or demand mismatch, this can be substituted to certain extent. We find in Middle East and Western countries, they have usage of soybean meal, rapeseed meal, and cotton seed meal and all that. So I think as an association, as an industry, you should look at this option. Lastly, I would like to mention that India has a unique advantage of non-GM soybean meal production. And as we are aware that in coming 3 to 5 years, India may not export any soybean meal, because at one end, the usage of soybean meal, the crop is only growing about 5%, and the usage is growing by 15%. So certainly in coming years, India will become net balanced, and all the protein will be consumed in the country, mostly by the poultry and animal feed industries, and shrimp feed and all that, and partly by the human food. Human food is a very small business. So this non-GM usage of proteins for poultry, for US consumption and for the human consumption is a unique proposition. And we must make sure that it is being maintained, because it is most of the advanced countries like Japan, Europe, they don't permit usage of GM soybean meal. And particularly in the eggs and chicken, if you have an advantage which is there with India, we should maintain. So I think we should make sure that the non-GM soybean meal which we have at very low cost. In Brazil and other countries, they have almost a heavy premium, because they have GM and non-GM. So segregate non-GM from the GM is a Herculean task, and they have to pay a hefty premium to the farmer. But here, we are all non-GM. So it's a very great, unique position India has, and we should maintain that. So I wish, and on the prices front, I would like to mention that this year, there is one factor which has come in the Indian market, is that this demand which has emerged from this Iranian market, and there is a demand which is there for the nearby to Indian countries, Indian subcontinent. Now, if an additional demand comes in our market from the regular demand, there is a mismatch. And since there is a huge consumption in the domestic market, so the market gets volatile, and whatever the price the farmers brings the crop, the producer there, and you have to price. So this imbalance will continue so long as the other markets are happening, and international guidelines will not hold for next 5 months, because there is a premium for Indian soya, and it's not only demanded by the producer, it is demanded by the farmer. Farmers are not willing to produce in the market. There is no large margins in the industry. Arrivals are not taking place, and you should be. This is not created by the industry, so it is a farmer driven and a consumer. Thank you.